is fall, I've decided to share one of my favorite things to do when it gets colder, the weather gets colder and you're spending more time inside. And I like to make kettle corn from scratch. And it's actually much simpler than you would think it would be. You don't need a fancy air popper, and it's much better than the microwave stuff. All you need is some popcorn kernels. You can use different types of oil, but I use olive oil. A little bit of sugar, or I like to use light brown sugar, and seasonings of your choice. And so let's go. I will show you how to make your own kettle corn at home, and it's inexpensive and quick. To begin with, we are going to use a medium-sized stock pot or pasta pot, or whatever you have handy around your house. That it must have a lid. That is key, because you do not want popcorn kernels flying around your kitchen. So be sure you have a lid that fits well. So the next step is adding the oil and turning up the heat. It's really actually pretty simple. I don't really measure it out too much, but it's probably about 1/8 of a cup for this size of pan. What I do is I pour in, kind of eyeball it, just enough so it kind of coats the bottom. You'll notice as it gets heated up, it will cover the bottom of the pan a lot easier. And I turn the heat to about medium high. And then what I do next is add 3 kernels to the bottom of the pan. And then I just let them sit there until it heats up, and once it's ready, you know the oil's ready, is the kernels will actually start popping. And then after that, the fun begins. Okay, so after your initial kernels have popped, you take them out because they will burn. Oops. And then you add the sugar, and I've already pre-measured it. And I just stir it around, kind of get it so that it melts a little bit so it's not too clumpy. Alright, and then you add your seeds, and I just stir them up again. Again, that was 1/4 of a cup of kernels, and it doesn't look like much when you actually put it in there, but it actually makes a whole pot full of kettle corn. Shake it around, just moving it gently back and forth and side to side. It's kind of like if you had a Jiffy Pop popcorn, the things that make the big aluminum outer space looking thing. It's a lot like those, but this is actually a little bit healthier for you. And you take it off the heat, and you have your own kettle corn. The very last thing is add just a tad bit of salt, and then I stir it around to the pot a little bit just to mix it up a bit, get the sugar dispersed. And that is the last step. Pour in your favorite popcorn bowl, turn on your favorite movie,